month's Thoughts on Leadership. I'm here in Jackson, Mississippi today, and standing behind me is the wonderful Capitol building of this state. This city is being referred to as the City of Soul, obviously because of its connections in this state with music, soul music, and a lot of the soul music that has come from this. And it got me thinking about the word soul. What do we mean by the word soul? Because often soul is referred to as something that is not physical. In other words, it's a part of it, it's a feeling, it's a part of who you are, but without the physical being. In fact, if we look at this building here, in the Civil War, this building was burnt down as an attempt to destroy the soul of the enemy. And that was often an ploy in war, is to try and destroy the soul of the enemy by destroying the physical nature of it. But yet here we are today in a beautiful building again behind me, rebuilt, long after the war, is still standing. So what is the soul? In your organization, what is that soul, that part of it, which, yes, there's the physical around it, but the soul, that internal bit? Because you've got to think about the physical side of your organization, and is it affected by the soul, or does the soul affect it? So this month, I wanted to get into this word soul, and let's talk about the soul of your organization. When we walk into a building, we can sometimes refer to it as being soulless, dispassionate, particularly if it's like an empty building. Obviously, there's nothing there that gives it the soul. But even a building with something in it, maybe you've walked into a building, an office block or something, and it just feels so completely vacant, soulless as such. And yet, we talk about this word soul. What is it that we really mean here? Soul music was known for its distinctive earthiness and its passionate sensuality that stirred the emotions in people. And as a young man, I met Percy Sledge, and he was a great guy to talk to. But his way of presenting his music is what was called soul music. But many rock and roll stirs some people's soul. Jazz turns some people's soul. There are all types of music are personable to certain individuals. So soul music is actually a title for music. What all music is it stirs the soul of the individual. In other words, the soul of the music is that it is personable to that individual, and that's why they like that music. And it's that personable bit which makes an organization and creates the soul within an organization. Think about it in terms of organizations like Apple, Virgin, for example. Many people are concerned that with Virgin, if Richard Branson goes, will they still have that organization? Will it still be profitable? Will it still work? And the same with Steve Jobs and Apple. Why? Because people see those individuals as the soul of that organization. And yet you and I know it's ridiculous. Those organizations don't exist because of one man doing everything within the organization. So it's their personality that makes them personable, which then makes the organization what it is. And that's the bit that people worry about, is will that personableness go away when this individual goes away? So this month I'm asking you to consider your organization and you as an individual. Do you know what the soul of your organization is? In other words, what's the rhythm? What is the beat? What's the soul that makes your organization what it is? And are you in tune with that? Because you as an individual need to be creating it at every level of your organization. Makes you stand back and wonder a bit if there was a coincidence between Richard Branson being first in the music business and then going over into the airline business and other things. Maybe it comes to him more easily that he can create that connection, personable connection, which is so necessary. But what about your organization? Do you know what soul you need? Think about it in this terms. If your favorite restaurant is quite quiet, reserved, maybe even dull, the music that played is the sort of music that you hear in funeral processions, well then maybe you're not the right leader to, for instance, a mobile phone company or something that needs to be upbeat, that needs a higher rhythm, that's appealing to a different generation. So we need to really think about our personableness and how we relate and how we then pass that on through our organization and create the soul within our organization. I hope you've enjoyed this month's Thoughts on Leadership and it's given you something to think about. If you're ever in this state, this is a wonderful place to visit and this is a beautiful city. Till next month, have a good month. Bye for now.